Chika. You said something before we start recording. Well, in something I haven't cut out yet that cannot go in the pod. It's about my personal life, and I didn't appreciate that, dude. Didn't appreciate that.
Well,
he's talking about my failed dating life. Chika.
Someone say fail, someone say success.
Is this
Oh, shit, what you eat?
Is this Arsenal team better than the Invincibles? Are we heading in that direction? You're just here to fuck my life up. You know what they say when you've got a true friend when he laughs at you and takes the piss out of you?
Yeah.
This is my life 24/7.
Gotta laugh or you'll cry, mate.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
What's your question?
Should we just talk about my life? Should we just change the topic of the podcast and it'd be good too.
Two left fetishes.
Oh God, I wasn't even talking about it. You make it sound like I've got a fucking crush on an exhaust engine.
Hey, well, the rate you're doing it at.
I'm not shagging cars, everyone. I promise. There is no cars being shagged. Okay, should we finally get there? Chika.
Yes. Hello, Jack.
You sound weirder. Is this Arsenal team as good as the Invincibles?
Of course not. Of course it's not. It's better than the Chelsea winning team. The Mourinho.
The defensive one.
Yeah, I'll say so.
So we're talking about in October where we've just scored and not conceded. We've got a higher points total than the Invincibles. Was it last season or the season before that? I think it was the season before that. One of the last two seasons we recorded our highest ever points tally in the league. Am I right in saying that? Okay, I've gone from I found the stat. I got it wrong. It was we've recorded the most wins in the Premier League season 2 seasons ago. We're potentially about to blow Chelsea's defensive record out the water, which some consider a better team than the Invincibles. Why can't we? Why can't we be better than the Invincibles this season?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. I think we're 10 games into the season. Like, let's see how the season plays out. Still a long way to go. We're only 6 points above our closest rivals. Haaland has no sign of stopping. Like, we can have this amazing record and defensive stats. We've seen this before, but at the end of the day, you're not going to know if we're of that ilk until we finish the job. It's too early to say that.
But do you think there's the potential to do it?
I just can't. I can't envisage Arsenal really like when I'm comparing like Henry to Gyökeres, it's like like to be like the defense. Our defense probably now is.
Yeah, there's a question. Is our defence now, in the 2024 to 25 season, better than the defence in 2003 to 2004? Because who are we talking about in that defence? We've got Laurent, Kolo Touré, Sol Campbell, Ashley Cole.
Yeah, I think our defence right now is better. I think Sol Campbell was elite and he's one of my favourite centre-backs of all time, but Ashley Cole as well.
You're named after him.
Yeah, Cashley. Yeah, I think, maybe you can give us the defence. Maybe right now it's a bit better. It's a kind of more complete, probably a bit more robust, more modern. Yeah, like what, Vieira, Gilberto Silva.
No, I'm not talking about midfield, but...
We're talking about defence in particular.
Yeah, just defence. Should we go for man? So, would you take Laurent or Jurriën Timber?
Timber.
Would you take Kolo Touré or William Saliba?
Saliba.
Let's go back to the keeper. Would you take Jens Lehmann or David Raya?
In the modern game, Jens was good. Raya right now is looking formidable. Oh, in the modern game, yeah, I'll take Raya, obviously.
Sol Campbell or Gabriel? That is a really tough question.
Give me Sol Campbell.
And then left back, would you take
Cash.
Calafiori?
Cashley.
So I'd say the modern defence just about
Yeah.
is performing better than the
Defensively, we're gonna concede less goals this season anyway. Obviously, probably like the strikers they came up against last in the Invincibles were probably at an elite level. You know, we don't really have strikers in the league anymore that are performing at that rate or that iconic. So I'll probably say had more to deal with back then in terms of man for man. But I'll say maybe you can say that the defense right now is marginally better than what we had.
Yeah. But can you see this squad going on to perform better? Because the way that I see it going now as well, especially with the growth of the team, yeah, we had the title we had 2 titles, obviously, before 2003, 2004, and a few other titles around that. Did we win the FA Cup before 2003-04 under Wenger?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Won the double.
Oh, yeah, of course. I always think of the Liverpool game that we lost, and I think that was the league. Oh, God. So long ago now. I just think of Michael Owen in that yellow kit. Fucking us.
To be fair, we were like 4 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, that Arsenal team had a lot more trophies under their belt, but after the Invincible seasons, obviously, we went to Champions League final, and I got my heart broken for the first time. There was obviously a development from the squad, and it was formidable enough to go far in Europe as well. Could you see us doing that, or could you see us doing both this season potentially? Because that's what makes me think this team is better.
I think we'll go far in the competition. I only see about 3 clubs that probably have the potential to win it at the moment. I don't think Barcelona are the same team they were last season. I think they're struggling a little bit more with fatigue and injuries. But you know, like look what PSG did after a terrible Champions League group stage campaign. They went on and annihilated the knockouts. So, I only see like Bayern Munich, Real Madrid.
Bayern are an insane run right now in the Bundesliga as well.
Yeah, 9 out of 9.
Yeah, it's crazy.
At a mad rate. No, I think I'd like to say that we'll get at least to the quarterfinals.
Yeah. But okay, here's a question. Maybe that was the wrong question to do. So you don't think this team right now are as good as the Invincibles? Or we say I'd say your answer to that is the defenses.
Do you?
I think it could become better.
Better.
I think it could become better.
Better.
Not currently, but the way we're going and the way we're progressing as a team, I think by next season there could be a very strong argument.
Oh yeah.
Depending on how this season goes.
Let's say we walk away with the league this season and like we probably make another 1 or 2 world-class adjustments. Then yeah, of course, like
yeah,
it's a possibility. I think probably need maybe a striker to do that.
Oof. Interesting. I think by next season. So here's a question: if you could win, the thing is, this could really, really go badly and could blow up in our face because we could win neither. But if you could pick one thing to win right now, would it be the league or the Champions League?
The league.
Yeah, I agree.
The league, yeah.
I feel like that's haunted us for so long. It's been...
Just come home to daddy.
It will be 22 years by the time if we do end up winning it this year, touch wood. But yeah, I'd say things are going well. I feel like we've started it very Arsenal, but I was so impressed against Burnley yesterday. It's just dominance. I haven't seen... This is what it was like when I first started watching Arsenal in 2003, 2004. This is what it felt like. You just felt confident in everything. And, you know, when we were growing up, I think we lived through a banter era, and it's incredible to see again. It's very, very lucky, very fortunate. And, yeah, just wanted to answer. Is there anything that you took away from the game? Any players, anything that you saw specifically in the Burnley game that caught your eye?
No, it's just it's 3 points again. on to the next. I'm not getting too excited. Yes, we look great. Yes, we look a level above some of the teams performing right now. But really and truly, every time I look at the league table, I'm like, we're not even out of sight yet. I don't know why. The teams are dropping points. Liverpool lost 4 games in a row. And like, they're only, 6, 7 points off us? It's not enough.
I couldn't believe Man United were in second for a short while.
Yeah.
How has that happened?
7th, 8th.
How has that happened?
They won 3 games in a row.
It's crazy. I've never seen a league table like this. This is bonkers and I'm loving it.
I think there's 6 or 7 places from 19 points to like 16 points.
Mental.
So like you lose a game, like you drop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mental. Like, again, I've never seen.
United drew.
And they went from 2nd to 7th or 8th now. It's mental. Mental. Now, talking about something that's quite mental at the moment. Danny Welbeck. 6 goals in 10 games this league. Brighton's all-time goal scorer.
What?
Yeah, all-time goal scorer in the Premier League.
You're joking.
No. All-time goal scorer.
We sold him to Brighton.
No, sold him to Watford. I think he was at the end of his contract, or yeah, I'm pretty sure he was at the end of his contract at Arsenal. It didn't get renewed. He went to Watford for a season and then joined Brighton. He's 34 years of age now, and this is maybe showing my age, but this is reminding me of the Welbeck that first broke through into that Man United team. Just fantastic all round. Never did I think at 34 years old I'd be seeing Danny Welbeck rapping free kicks, top bins. It's insane. The run he was on, and do you know what? I think he's a very underappreciated player from when he was at Arsenal. Scored that vital header against Leicester, would always show up when he came off the bench. I loved him. I was genuinely really gutted when he left, and because he didn't keep that, he was incredible when he first joined. When he came into that Man United team, he was raw. He wasn't scared. He was technically brilliant. He could finish. He had everything, and then obviously it kind of faded a bit with him, and he couldn't keep up with the star boy persona that he'd created when he was young. But that talent's always been there, and I think because he, as Micah Richards would say, burst onto the scene really young, I think people thought that he'd stay at that level. Like, he would go on to be bigger than his career has been, but I definitely think injuries have played a part in that. And I think this ability's always been there, and I think he's underlooked because maybe we had unrealistic expectations for him because he was so impressive when he broke through. But, 6 goals in 10 games for Brighton. Brighton's all-time goal scorer now in the Premier League. It's insane. And the question is, should he be getting into the England team at this rate? No. Why?
Look, you can still perform well, but if you're not really going to be a use, or like, I feel like we know Kane is going to be starting. The competition, there's 2 or 3 more camps until the World Cup next summer, and you've already embedded you already had like the core members of the group, like Tony, Watkins, had Solanke dropping in and out of it. I think you got to keep the group as it was, someone that's had a sniff or been around the camp for the past 2-3 years. And when was the last time Danny Welbeck was called up to the England squad? I feel like they're all similar sort of levels, and I don't think there's any point bringing a 34-year-old like that hasn't been around the squad in years to be around the England team. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, he's performing well, could offer something different, but so could all the other players that are in contention right now. So I respect that guy Wells, but like, let's not go crazy, man.
Do you not think that form should just be rewarded anyway? Maybe this is a problem we've always had. I was listening to something really interesting. When Defoe missed out on the World Cup through Theo Walcott when he was 16, 2006, I believe. Was it 2006? Yeah. Defoe lost his place to 16-year-old Walcott, and Defoe was like, I had this incredible season, and I should have got into the squad.
I thought it was Darren Bent, or was it someone else that?
No, so it's Defoe that was complaining the most, had the loudest voice about it. Darren Bent outscored Defoe that season, and for some reason, because we had this image of Defoe, and of course Defoe is brilliant, I think Defoe's an incredible striker, but Ben actually outscored him, but the narrative was around Defoe instead of Walcott. Do you think sometimes we overlook facts and look at presence instead? Because 6 goals in 10 games, that's an incredible return.
Yeah, solid.
And the thing about him is, what has he not got in his game? He's still got pace at 34. He can finish really, really well, gets into dangerous positions, has an incredible IQ in the box, wrapping free kicks top bins. You're telling me he hasn't performed better than Watkins?
Telling me that he's going to come into the England squad and start taking free kicks. Well, you take him to the squad.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's another layer.
You take him to the World Cup, he's not playing a minute. We know that. That's just not going to happen, bro.
Okay, so right now, based on form for the next England camp, who would you have over Welbeck? Obviously,
it's not based
Kane.
on form. It's just based on who I think will have a difference in the squad.
Would you take Watkins over Welbeck?
Yeah, right now.
Watkins isn't performing that well.
Yeah, Welbeck's playing better in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for England, who's done better? Watkins.
I suppose we go back to this argument. Is it form or is it...
It's mixed. You got to take everything into account. You can't take it into form.
Okay, can you name 3 players that you'd rather take over Welbeck?
Kane.
What? No, apart from Kane.
Well, I'm not going to take 4 strikers.
Okay, cool. Kane, Watkins.
Kane, Watkins, and Tony. Tony. Ivan
Toney?
Yeah.
I don't even know what... Is he doing well in Saudi?
Yeah, he's doing solid, mate.
Is he?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Forgot about him.
Line it up, but he's doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah. Should we get him out?
Yeah.
Well, I just think you got to have Tony because he's just a different option. There's no other striker that can probably offer what he brings off the bench.
Okay. I don't know. I just think Welbeck should be considered. I think the return is insane. Every time I watch him,
5 goals in 7 matches. 23 goals last season in 30 matches for Ali.
Okay, maybe I should rephrase it. Okay, what can Welbeck bring that's different? Experience.
Yeah.
Is he friends with a lot of the England players?
How many tournaments has he been to?
Has he been to one? I don't think he ever has.
I don't know.
I actually don't know that answer, but I don't know. I think he's got the makings of a very great striker. So, at the very least, I think he should be put in the conversation. But
and tell him to go play for Ghana, bro.
Well, he can't now.
Oh, he's been to 3.
There you go. That's experience.
Been to 2 World Cups.
Yeah, that's experience to have in your team.
He's had his time.
I don't know.
He's had his time.
Okay.
I love Welbeck. Do you know that? I love that Welbeck. If we're talking about form, then yes, he's in it, but he's not going to be in it for me, mate.
Yeah, fair. Just thought it'd be an interesting
Would
question.
you put Greenwood in there?
Not getting onto that. Geezer should not even be playing football.
On form, mate.
Nah.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to make a squad based on different things.
No, sorry. There's moving the goalposts and then there's that. What?
You're about to be like, oh, yeah.
No, I was not. There's moving fucking goalposts and then there's talking about that. We know what we both think of that scumbag. Fucking hell, Cheeks. You're a little shit.
Look, I'm just trying to say, making a point, right? It's not
squad
cohesion.
No. We're not even giving airtime on our 3 views to that prick. He should have no airtime at all. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think it should be up for debate. If he did get in, would you be like, what the fuck?
It would be a shock. He hasn't been called up, and Tuchel definitely plays favourites. I just don't think we need him. We've also got Rashford in, can play him as a striker. Yeah. Solanke's there. He hasn't played a minute this season though.
It's weird.
He's been injured. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. You wanted to touch on Iliman Ndiaye.
Iliman Ndiaye.
Someone's had some rest. Funny story. He was, when I was running Gospel Oak FC, when this channel was Gospel Oak FC, in the first season we were running it, he was playing in the same league as us for Rising Ballers.
Was he actually?
Yeah. I have a few friends around the manor that played against Iliman Ndiaye at Market Road. Because he was playing for Rising Ballers in the Barnet Sunday League. We're going to take a cookie pause. Okay, we're back after the cookie pause. On my carpet, bruv. On my I'm getting the Hoover in a bit, and you're gonna. Do I want mice in my house?
That's a good point.
It's fine. We'll sort it after. Anyway, after your fucking cookie break, bro, you've made such a mess. Can't fucking take you anywhere. Okay, crazy story. Iliman Ndiaye was playing not in the same division, but in the same league as us, in the Premier Division of the Barnet Sunday League for Rising Ballers. He now plays for Everton, has played in the World Cup, plays for Senegal. I've seen photos of my mates around the manor playing Sunday League against him. And now he's probably one of the brightest talents in the Premier League. To me, I still can't wrap my head around my boys, well, I say my boys, just people I know were playing amateur football against him, I'd say about 4 or 5 years ago. He then joined Sheffield United, killed it, got into the first team. I've never seen a rise like that. This is some proper righty stuff, and I don't think people talk about it enough. I know Rising Ballers doing it, and I think they should more. I think they should more.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of content from him.
Yeah. To me, that's insane. Yeah. We could have played against Iliman Ndiaye if we drew him in a cup in our Sunday league.
That's so true. Was he balling out back then?
Yeah.
As well?
Oh my God, it's ridiculous. I've heard story. There's loads of coaches that came up to me like before games and like, there's this one guy at Rise. This is mental. I'm saying this. There's this one guy in the Premier Division of the Barnet Sunday League, and he's incredible. For people who don't know and who are listening to this, the context behind this is the Barnet Sunday League for a while, with the rise of Sunday League football at the time, with SC Dons, with everything, blah, blah, blah. Like the Premier Division of our Sunday League was full of semi-professional footballers. So like Highgate Albion, Rising Ballers, and Rising Ballers was full of not players on trial at academy. So it's weird. It wasn't your average Sunday League. I'd say some of the Premier Division teams in that league were probably as good as some semi-professional clubs. It was ridiculous. They would play on the Saturday, then play on the Sunday. It was mental. But yeah, Ndiaye, I can't say it. Thoughts?
Baller. Absolute baller. Like, and he does both, every kind of facet of the game. He works hard, techie feet, brings people into play, gets out of space, gets out into space, creates space for his teammates, creates space for himself. 2 feet, trick bag like no other. But like, yeah, no, I've been so impressed with this start to the season. I saw flashes of it last season, and now I feel like he's now probably becoming a bit of like a attacking leader for Everton. Like every time I watch him play, like obviously he produces that magic. Yeah, he can score a few more goals and be a bit productive, but kind of I'm not surprised that he was killing it in Barnet, killing it in Sheffield, and now killing it in the Premier League. It's a player that I would snatch a hand off to have. Like, I think he'd add another dimension to any team. I wouldn't be surprised to see City or Arsenal buy him. But usually when you see with these players, they become luxury players at certain points. They come passengers on the defensive side. But like someone like Ndiaye, you can see the amount of times he wins the ball back, he presses. He has that guile, that toughness, that rigor about him as well when he's kind of like on the pitch. So
do you think
it's refreshing, man? And that's going to make other teams properly wake up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting because I was literally having a conversation with someone that we both know who's set up an app. But I was talking to someone who's around the kind of academy football, and he has a hand to play in it. And we were talking, and it's a big problem apparently for some academy players who have played in academy since they were 7, 8, adapting to going on loan in semi-professional football. The physicality shocks them massively. Now that's crazy because Premier League's probably one of the most physical leagues in the world. But I feel like some people may not realise that like when we talk semi-professional football, like we are literally talking borderline rugby. And I think it's an incredible story because it follows the likes of like Ian Wright and Jamie Vardy, and you could write a movie about it, and it's just magical and insane. And it's like you obviously knew he came through Sunday League and he played in the Barnet League and stuff like that, but if you didn't know that, you just think that's part of his game. But I think it really shows depth, and I think it's something you can't quite teach. I think if you do play in the lower leagues, especially when you're younger, and you rise through those ranks, and you get absolutely kicked the shit out of, you know the difference. Because when you're fine and polished and you're going through academy football, obviously the skill is incredible, the technical ability is incredible, but it's very clean. It's not as rough as non-league. And I think if you're in non-league, you get taught to be a bit of a bastard. And I think being a bastard it can be a really undervalued skill. You can tell he's hungry. He's seen what it's like in the lower leagues, and he's obviously feeling very blessed to be in this position. So maybe subconsciously he's like, I don't want to get too fitted by Dave at centre half again in non-league in a muddy pitch in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to work my arse off. But yeah, I definitely think you see it in Righty. I think you see it in Vardy. There's a grit, there's a roughness, there's a realness, and there's kind of that gritty mentality that you get from rising through the leagues like that. And maybe that's why we're seeing more, it happened to players more that are coming from not just semi-professional leagues or lower leagues, but like, you know, League One, League Two, where, okay, the skill and technical ability is a lot higher than some of the semi-professional leagues and amateur leagues, but it's still a bit more rough than the Prem. But yeah, I think it gives him another layer, and I think it's something that you can't teach unless you've been through it. I'm not saying that players that come through academies can't be rough and can't be bastards, of course not. But there's something different about the bastard that you can become through non-league football, if that makes sense. And yeah, as you say, that's why I think we're noticing him more, because not only is he technically incredible, he's got that grittiness to him as well.
You know, 100% agree. He's also played in so many different places, from France to Senegal, and even what he's doing on the international stage is amazing. So yeah, you can see multiple facets to his game, and it's going to be a big year for him. Hopefully he can stay fit, you know, show what he's really about, be as consistent as he started the season, and yeah, we might see him at another club in the summer.
Yeah, we will see. Now, all right, I'm just going to get straight into it, because it's been a big debate online. Every time I go into TikTok comments, anytime I go into Twitter, anytime I look around debates, I see Rice or Caicedo. Who is the best midfielder in the Premier League right now, in your humble opinion?
No bias.
No bias.
No bias. I think it's an easy question for me right now. Obviously, with Rodri, you know, downing his tools, obviously inadvertently, I think there's only one clear winner, and for me, that's Declan Rice. Like, we've seen him probably become the leader at the club. We've seen him lead the charge for probably one of the most dangerous attacks around right now, which is our set piece taking, whipping in balls. We see him now doing what people criticised him for last season, not being able to progress the ball. He's progressing the ball. I think he's got the most progressive carries in the league at the moment. I think he's also top 5 for forward passes into the opposition third. He's still breaking up play at an elite rate, stopping so many counters just by his presence. And he's organising the team. He's organising the team, pulling the team forward. There's not one thing that this guy can't do. And yeah, like, I don't think he has a single weakness. I don't think you can name me one. I think a lot of the other players, maybe you can. But don't get me wrong, like, a lot of people, it's been a huge debate. Like, we've had Caicedo, world class for sure, who's been popping about. We've had, I'm hearing shouts about Gravenberg. I'm hearing shouts about Szoboszlai, who's had a great start to the season as well. Who else is up there? Maybe Bruno Fernandes, Bruno Guimaraes,
Guimaraes, yeah.
Tonali, Freddie Potts. He looked good today though.
Yeah. Today. I wouldn't say he's quite there yet.
He's not there. First start, I think.
Adam Wharton.
No. I love Wharton. Like, I had a big debate with a Palace fan about this, and he thinks he's the second best midfielder in the league right now. I get that, but it's not true.
Okay, if you were to rank it,
Who's yours? Who's your favorite?
best in the league right now, I think Rice.
I thought you were gonna say Granit Xhaka.
No, I'd say Rice, but I'd say if Caicedo continues the form that he's on, I think there's a strong shout to say Caicedo is as good. I think Rice has been doing it a bit longer now for Arsenal, and he was incredible last season, had that incredible event or that incredible moment against Real Madrid. I know there was this whole thing about he can't take it on half turn, but I think a very undervalued factor in a central midfielder is how much they run. And the geezer is a horse, like people suggest. Not only that, I think his close control's underrated. I think his aerial dominance is really undervalued as well. He's actually quite good in the air. I think you saw it with his header. His crossing ability is incredible. He's got a good shot on him. He's got everything to his game, and he's progressing the ball a lot better. But I also think Caicedo, if he continues the way he has been, does have everything to his game too. So I think we're going to end up in a situation where I genuinely don't think there's an argument to be had, because I think they will become as good as each other if Caicedo continues on this form.
Nah.
That's my opinion.
Rice better.
All right, okay, cool. We're not going to go anywhere with that.
You don't want to rank them?
But you had a thing about you think you know one of the most overrated players in Premier League history.
Who do you think is the most overrated player in your opinion?
I don't really have one, but I have one at the moment where I think there's an argument to be had, which I'll bring up. But I feel like you want to make a point with this one.
You know what? I've been dying on this hill for a while, and it still doesn't. No matter how many fans I talk to about it, it's not many people that agree with me. But I just feel like when it comes to, when I say overrated, I'm not like dismissing the quality of a player, but Nemanja Vidic.
Oh, this is a tough one because I
Nemanja
think I disagree.
Nemanja Vidic, come to the stage right now. So are you telling me this guy is top 5 best player, top 5 centre backs to play this game, to play in the Premier League?
Terry, Ferdinand, not Carragher.
Come on, bro.
Yep, Stam. Steve Bruce, earlier in his United career.
Do you play the Premier League?
Steve Bruce? Yeah. Whether he won a couple of Premier Leagues for Man United, and I don't think people talk about how good Steve Bruce was. I feel like people are going to get annoyed at me putting shoes on the sofa. Yep, Sam, Steve Bruce, John Terry, Rio Ferdinand.
Campbell, Virgil.
Oh, Campbell.
Van
Dijk. I would put Vidic. I don't know. I'm just naming names. I'm just getting the sample size right now. But no, I definitely put Vidic up there. I think he was incredible for Man United. What makes you not think he was?
I think it's the partnership and the team that he was playing for that kind of put him on that pedestal. I think winning a Premier League title and winning the amount of trophies that United won in that time of frame when Sir Alex was the manager is just unbelievable. And I think that's created this perception and also protected him from any sort of criticism, where he's now got league titles for days. And there's no way, in my opinion, that I was old enough to watch Vidic and old enough to watch the Premier League. Obviously, I was young, probably don't know as much about the game as I do now. Could maybe see it from a different lens. But I think as a footballer, as a out-and-out footballer on his own, I don't think he comes close to a lot of those centre-backs. And I think he'd probably really struggle, and obviously we're talking about different eras. I think he'd really struggle in today's day and age. I think he'd probably be paying for fucking Everton or Sunderland right now.
Yeah.
He's like a bit of a
I don't
Michael
really
Keane. Serbian Michael Keane.
No.
What do you reckon?
Vidic,
Do you think
whenever we would go and play Man United, Vidic would make me nervous.
he's one of the joint most Premier League players of the years?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you not think that's like bogus?
No, because when I think of Man United and I think of Ferdinand and Vidic, I think, fuck, every time we went to play them, there was no chance we
They're
were
a package.
scoring.
I'm telling you right now, you didn't have Ferdinand cleaning up his mess.
But that's not his fault,
Bro.
and we'll never know that.
I just feel like when he came up against certain opposition and when he was pinned 1-on-1, a bit of pace would kind of beat him. Fucking Obonglo was putting him in his knickers in a twist at certain times. Like,
I thought you said something else.
but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, Torres used to tear this guy apart, bro.
I remember that.
At Chelsea, at Liverpool.
I think of the grey kit.
Bro, like, when this guy had a 1v1, or don't get me wrong, he was colossal in the air. He was strong. He put his neck on the line, whatever you want to call it. Like, but I just feel this guy's not the top 5 centre back to ever play in the Premier League right now. Yeah. But I think he had a great system, one of the greatest managers, one of the greatest partners to ever play with, and it was a great dynamic duo. But Vidic wasn't the creme de la creme centre back that people talk of, in my opinion.
It's an interesting one.
It might be interesting, but you got to take a note.
It's
the right one.
There's another debate I think that needs to be had right now, and he made a mistake yesterday. Do you think?
Yes.
Emi Martinez. What the fuck is that? That's mad. What the hell was that?
I thought we were about to fucking ping off. Jesus.
What just happened? It's because I had a family friend writing. This is a sofa bed. I think the mattress just went in. Oh, it's a ghost. Ooh, Emi Martinez haunting me.
Vidic coming back to fucking take my soul.
Do you think there's a conversation to be had around Emi Martinez having the best purple patch of all time?
What?
Has Emi Martinez had the longest and best purple patch of all time?
What do you mean by longest? How long are we talking about this purple patch?
When was it? When did he? It was around 2021 when he won the FA Cup. With Arsenal, he went on that run. Then the World Cup was 2022 in the winter. So around then, I'd say 2-year purple patch in his career, 2 or 3 year purple patch, because right now his form is horrid.
See, the answer lies in the question. You can't have a purple patch that lasts 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah, when would you call off a purple patch?
Purple patch is like 6 to 8 months, maybe max. A year. If you go throughout a whole season, that's not a purple patch to me. A purple patch is like a run of 10 to 15 games where you're just bagging or you're just in your bag, you're in flow state. But I think if you last a season, you can say that's now gone from purple patch to a 1 season wonder, like a meat shoot.
Okay.
But he's had 2 season wonders, 3 season wonders.
Okay, well maybe
back to back Yassine trophies, I believe.
What's gone wrong with Martinez? What is going on?
He wants to leave, bro. That's as simple as that. He's not focused. He's in a bad run of form. This is what's opposite of a purple patch? A fucking black patch. Seems a bit racist, but you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? He's bang out of form, and you know.
But this form's been going on a while now.
How long?
I'd say since the end of last season. So I'd say since like the start of this year.
Yeah. Well, look. You know, he was literally on his way out to Man United. He thought he was going. He wanted to go. He was pleading to go. He wants to play for a bigger club. I understand it. And probably getting back to it, he probably hasn't been as consistent as he knows he can. But last season didn't he have that save of the season when he clawed that one back?
Yeah, it was season before.
No, it was last season, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't remember. I can't debate on something I
He
can't.
was just saving himself for the World Cup with Argentina, let's be honest.
Really?
Yeah, he's one of those. Well, I feel like Argentinians just love playing for Argentina, as you should. Love playing for your country. They just save themselves for it. Look
I
at
just find it really weird, the drop off in form. I find it bizarre.
he's getting old now as well.
Which is mad because I've always seen him as like a backup youngster.
Yeah,
at
I think
Arsenal.
he's 31, 32.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we defined a purple patch and we defined the opposite of a purple patch. I think he's having the opposite of a purple patch, as you say. But
What's it called?
what should we coin it?
Black patch.
A black patch.
Dark patch.
A dark. Well, no, black patch.
Oh,
It's a
you
big
like-
colour. You're not setting me up anymore. You know I don't. I don't bite.
Don't buy what?
I don't bite at you trying to fucking beat me. All right. There is something you just we said we come back strong with our Maddest moments, and you wanted to touch on Alfie Whiteman, someone who
Your best friend, yeah.
my dad may or may not know. I don't know if I'm going to get into trouble saying that.
And
Who?
did they have some secret relationship or something?
Yeah, they're lovers.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
My dad is gay for Alfie Whiteman.
I see. It runs in the genes, I guess. That's a good thing. Like, you should be able to express yourself. There's nothing wrong with that.
So, I can't say too much, but yeah, no, there is a connection with Alfie Whiteman. I've known this for a little while.
Well, yeah, your dad's a big Spurs fan, isn't it? So, and Alfred Whiteman is also a born and bred Spurs fan, isn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
So,
But no, just like knowing that he wasn't going to be a pro baller anymore.
okay.
I've known for a while.
Okay.
But yeah, you wanted to touch on it.
Nah, I feel like it's just nice to see him get his flowers. I know he wasn't really playing many games for Tottenham, but he was probably living the dream of every footballer, or every fan, I mean. Yeah, I'll probably say Alfie was probably living the dream of every football fan around right now. Got to, be part of his hometown club. Got to travel everywhere with his team, support from within the barracks, go to Europe, do the unthinkable and win the Europa League with them, and probably be part of that. To be part of that must be so special and a great feeling. Like, he basically lived the dream of every Tottenham fan. Who would have thought that after the season they were having, that they would win a European trophy after the shit that they've been dragged through, especially with Ange that season. So when was the last time he even won a trophy? It was the 2008 Carabao Cup.
Yeah, I think of Darren Bent playing up front. Yeah,
yeah, and I think it'd been how many years since they won a European trophy?
It would have been the days of Naeem and Ricky Villa, I'd say.
Long, man, long time. So for him to yes, be on the outskirts of the team and maybe not really be as involved as as a Vicario or whatever, but I'm sure, and living a stone's throw away from the ground and being able to experience that and watch it firsthand, I think is special. And to have that experience as your last contribution as a professional football player, I think is special. Obviously, he's from the other side of North London, but I can definitely respect the fact that, I'm jealous of him in a way.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of him. I'll be more than happy to sit on the bench and and watch my team and obviously get paid and being able to bring in your friends and allow them to watch history and you be part of history as well. So it's probably one of the good retirement stories, I would say.
Yeah.
And now it's you probably know better than me that he's just moved on to something that he's equally or even more passionate about, which is what I believe, photography and filming. So no, I just want to touch on that. I know that people that know him and you've known of him for a while. So yeah, just thought.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not that I'm anything important, but I don't want to.
You are important to me, man.
Don't, mate. Oh, my guy. But no, I mean, I don't know if I should talk anything on it because I know I've known a lot of stuff behind the scenes. To do with this retirement, and yeah, there's a connection there on my side. So I'm not going to say too much. on it. But yeah, it's an incredible story. Again, not that I'm close. I don't know.
Is he an Arsenal? Is he a Tottenham legend?
He probably is still a lot. I don't know him personally, but I know people who know him, so I don't know whether I should say anything on it. But yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. It's an incredible story. And
If you're ever looking to play for Hammersmith,
yeah, trust me. My maddest moment is, did you hear about Arteta and Roman Kemp, the presenter?
no, I haven't.
There's a crazy story at the moment.
Ross Kemp or Roman Kemp?
Roman Kemp. I've actually met Ross Kemp.
Ball guy.
What a guy. Really nice bloke. When I was working in John Lewis, showed him around. Roman Kemp was on the plane with Arsenal, and Arteta came over and started talking to him. He was like, what? I need to get into Arteta voice. He said, "Hey, fucking standards guys. Hey man, why do I make him sound Mexican?" Okay, fuck it. Arteta's Mexican in the story.
Never do that again.
Hey man, why am I making him sound like a cholo? Roman. No, I can't do it. These are the fucking standards guys. Hey Roman. No, I'm making him sound Polish. All right, okay.
Are you in the zone yet?
No, we can't get there. I can't get the accent right. Arteta came up to Roman Kemp on the plane and was like, "Were you at the game the other day?" And he was like, "Yeah." He hasn't got a clue who he is. He went, "Did you hear the announcer when Saka scored?" And he goes, "Yeah." He's like, "Did you notice that there was a pause after every time the announcer said his name?" So he went, "Bakayo, Saka, Saka." He's like, "Did you notice that was 3 times?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "That was me." That was my idea. He's bonkers and I love it. So to improve the stadium atmosphere even more, Arteta's now in the ears of announcers.
Guys everywhere.
He's also banned the game being showed on the concourse in the second half. So when you're at the game now and you're not back in your seat, no game's going to be shown on the TVs in the concourse at the Emirates.
So people can
Be in the stadium and make sure the atmosphere. He's bonkers, but I really think there is something about the fine details. I was listening to a podcast the other day. I think it was Chris Williamson and it was either Bugsy Malone or Matthew McConaughey. There's a big difference there. But they were talking about like, it's the little things that make a massive difference. So no, it wasn't. I was listening to Stephen Bartlett on Diary of a CEO with Michael Jordan's like mental coach. And that's the best way I can explain it. And he's saying it's the fine details. It's the little light up there. It's the set here. It's the... Look, this set is in my front room, so we'll get there one day. But if there was a set up, the way I would love our set to be is like us if we were kids again, like our Match of the Day magazines and the posters on the wall, and it would just be like your kids again and talking about football in that regard. I would love to create that feel. And they're just saying little details like that psychologically make so much more of a difference than you realise. Like, put your effort into every little thing, no matter what you're doing, job-wise, work-wise, side hobbies wise. And I've even noticed it working in social media myself. When I really put effort into copy, it does make a difference. People do listen. It's the things that you think no one pays attention to. People do. And I know people think Arteta's a nutter, but I mean, the geezer through one song has created an incredible atmosphere at the Arsenal. But I didn't find that as bonkers as other people did. I think he's a bit of a genius, in my opinion.
He is. Do you see that video of Mascara? So obviously there's rumours now coming out that Arsenal want to sign Mascara's younger brother.
Yeah.
And he's like this 14-year-old, same size as centre-back as well, same size as Mascara.
Yeah.
And like he plays for like the Spanish under-15s or under-16s or whatever. And obviously people found videos, you know, like the new signing videos that Arsenal do when they're signing or whatever. So they've now pulled up this clip where Mascara's just finished signing his contract and taking the pictures, and Arteta's like, "No, bring him." He brings over like Mascara's brother to be like, "Come sign."
Oh,
He'll be with us soon. He'll be with us soon. He's like, he's a good player, you know. It just shows how tapped he is that So he made the guy take a photo of him and the pen.
No.
The pen, sign it like, as if he signed it for Arsenal. So in the future, he gets in his head like he'll sign for them.
He's bonkers, but I love it. I love it. I love it. Like, there's never a dull moment.
Oh my
Like,
God, Arteta, man.
Yeah, like the dog, everything. Look, sometimes you can get it wrong, but I definitely live by the fact that most of the things, like, for instance, with our edits recently, views were down for us. And shout out the guys giving us hate on our latest YouTube video. But I thought, do you know what? This is getting really boring. I'm going to change the aspect ratio on the videos that we do, and I'm going to develop a style where it kind of pops up in a Hope Corey video, but it's still us. But I'm going to change the font slightly. So I changed the font slightly. I changed the style to give us a slightly different style to usual, and with the different font that pops up as the music goes down. And I changed, I think I said the aspect ratio already. Through doing that, we've now, and thank you, by the way, everyone. Not that we're like massive time or anything, but I'm just saying this to prove a point. We've now hit over 760,000 views in the last month just through changing those little things. Things like that do make a difference. They really, really do. And I think the most successful people realise that. I've gone really diary of CEO, but I try and apply it in my life now. If there's ever a thing that you think you can cut a corner with, don't cut it, because you'll pay the price of that. And I think Arteta is incredible with the fine details. And you hear Ben White talk about it, you hear Rice talk about it, you hear Eze talk about it. He talks about the way you receive a ball. The little things fucking matter.
Yeah, 100%. Like, and I find there was an interesting article. I know we kind of tend to be Premier League focused, but obviously after the fallout of the El Clasico, there's a lot of talking points, and one of the talking points was like Vinny's reaction and a lot of the senior players' reactions to Alonso now being the manager there. And basically what the heading of the title was like, senior players at Real Madrid aren't happy with Alonso, essentially. You're like, oh shit, what's Alonso done? Like is he just being over strict or whatever? But apparently, like, all he's tried to do is just change the culture of the club that Carlo Ancelotti let happen. Everyone knows how Carlo kind of lets the players do what they want and puts an arm around there. It's not really on it with tactics and like the fine details. But for me, I think you touched on it earlier, saying that it's better to be proactive than reactive. And these are the changes, like he's trying to implement video sessions, 1v1, one-on-one coaching sessions, timekeeping for certain meetings. He's trying to limit the amount of people in and around the dressing room before games at halftime. He's trying to also earn trust by stopping leaks coming out, by only giving them the team sheet the day or the night before games, to limit like leaks going out to different people. He's limiting the amount of people that have access to the training sessions. All these different things that you think would make such a big impact on your team as a collective unit and how you guys operate and how you guys are probably a bit more of a well-oiled machine. I think Ancelotti was quite laissez-faire. Like, he didn't really stamp his mark too much on the team. He kind of let them do what they could and probably put an arm around them instead of having to direct them all the time. So I think with Alonso being a bit more focused on the finer details, I think a lot of the senior members allegedly are not satisfied and feeling disrespected because he feels like they're trying to baby them, or he doesn't trust them to perform at the levels that they performed at previously. But I think your reaction to that shows that it's probably a poor mentality to have, because I believe from each manager that comes in, you should be able to learn, adapt your game, improve your game, and take in what they're trying to teach you guys. But we know the culture at Real Madrid. We know the history of that club and the Galacticos and the stature of the senior players that have been playing there and what Ancelotti allowed them to do. So it's difficult to come and completely change a culture, but I don't think any of those things that I've kind of mentioned are bad things to implement or negative in any sort of way. I think he's trying to change the culture for the better, trying to make sure the mistakes of last year, like and the inconsistencies of last year. Like we saw Arsenal beat them. We saw Barcelona run away with a league title. We saw so many different things which put them at a lower scale, which they're not used to performing at. But yeah,
You can only bank on aura for so long.
do you know what I mean?
And like remontado, and of course it carried them through in so many occasions. But you need to, as you said, I was saying, you need to be proactive instead of reactive. And I think any of the best businesses around the world, it doesn't matter who you are, you've got what's going on? Weird. But yeah, any of the best businesses in the world adapt before they have to react. So look, we'll see if it works out, but I can't see Xabi Alonso like down in his car with it, and people like Vinny have a problem. Oh, God, it's a loss. Like even the Ballon d'Or thing, like would you ever see Ronaldo not turn up to a ceremony? No. Would you, like this whole thing with Real Madrid, I know they've got the right to be arrogant in this game, but I don't think they've got the right to be that arrogant. Like for me, that's just class at the end of the day, and it stinks of a toxic culture. And you know, it really left a bad taste in my mouth, the whole Vinny thing, and the fact that he doesn't like all this new stuff is like, it's not painting you in the best light, geezer. Not that you give a shit what someone like me says, but it's not good.
Humble yourself, man. Like football is not the fairest of sports. Football is gutting. Football's full of setbacks. Obviously, you get what you put in, but you can't always control the outcome. And like that Ballon d'Or race was one of the tightest that I've seen in a long time. No one could kind of call it. It was 50-50 between him and Rodri. I thought Rodri should have. I think he was the best player that year, but I think a lot of people have the right to disagree and put Vinny forward. But for you to have that reaction, fail to congratulate your opponent, fail to be there for a ceremony, and the rest of you guys supporting him and supporting such action and talking down on the Ballon d'Or and all the different things. Well, I'm not saying the Ballon d'Or is such a squeaky clean outfit or business or award show, but at the end of the day, like, you know, we've seen Thierry not win it ahead of him. Yeah, Dovsky, so many people who probably deserve to win it have not won it for a multitude of reasons, but people still went, people still showed faith, people still, you know, held their head up high. And if any again, you learn from losing, come back the next year, put the work in, and make sure you win it. Instead, he had a very
hissy fit.
No, but he had a hissy fit. The next season, he was pretty drab. His numbers were madly down. So. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, Vinny, you could say he has an attitude problem. He's done so much for the game. But you're getting subbed off. Like, I know it's a big game, but your manager's made a change. You're not used to that feeling. You got to channel it the right way and not disrespect him in open sight. But I understand the frustration. You get heated. So
You're not, Ronaldo would never do it. He came back and won it.
100%.
And that's the difference at the end of the day. That is the difference between them two. Now, a bit of fun before we finish. I want to do this game. Both name a club. We've got a name player. Should we do the first to 5?
Yeah, go on.
Let's do first to 5. Okay. If you'll get the rules of this game very quickly. We're both going to name a club at the same time, and whoever can name the first player that's played for both of those clubs gets a point. Up to 5. 3, 2, 1.
Sunderland.
Brentford. Oh, this just ain't gonna work. No, there's no one. There is no one. Okay, we'll go. 5. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Brighton.
Bayern Munich. This is a really bad start. Okay.
Oh my God.
3, 2, 1. Arsenal. Rosicky. 1-0.
Oh, what? Yeah, I thought it goes back to me.
Why would it go back to you? We name it 3, 2, 1, and then the first person to name a player gets the point. Okay, we'll do it again. I won't take that point.
Wait.
What do you mean?
Did we buy him from there? We bought him.
Rosicky?
Yeah.
He's played for both teams. Rosicky played for Dortmund.
Yeah, we bought him from there.
Thank you. 1-0. I'm taking that point. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Aston
Arsenal.
Villa. Emi Martinez. Yeah. 2-0. You ready? You're rubbish at this. 3, 2, 1.
Liverpool.
Dortmund. Emre Can. 3-0. We are doing it. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Brighton.
Everton. There must be fuck.
There must be someone. Can't think. Do you want to move on?
Yeah, go on.
3, 2, 1. Atletico Madrid. Fulham, did you say?
Yeah.
What did you call?
What do you mean? Why are you looking at me like that?
Nah, there's no one there. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Man
Barcelona.
Rashford.
Oh, damn it, 3-1. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Marseille.
Brighton.
Deserbi. Oh.
It can't be a player. It can't be a manager.
Oh.
We'll go again. 3-1. I won't take the point for that. 3, 2, 1.
PSG.
Real Madrid.
Mbappe.
3-2. Get back in it. 3, 2, 1.
Chelsea.
Liverpool.
Torres. Yes! Remontada! So I'm shouting.
This is fun. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Crystal
PSG.
Palace.
No, it's not. 3, 2, 1. Chelsea.
Leverkusen.
Michael Ballack. I think he played for Leverkusen. I think I've had such a good answer. I think that is incredible ball knowledge for myself.
Why Havertz.
No,
You know what? If he doesn't, yeah, he has played there.
yes, that is incredible ball knowledge. That is incredible ball knowledge. You have to admit.
Yeah. I played for
Okay,
him twice.
match point.
Wait, I need to figure out a club. I feel like I said them all. Alright.
Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
City.
Benfica.
Diaz.
Damn it. Okay, you ready? The last one. Match point. 4-4.
Wait. I need to pick this club.
Okay, I got one. 3, 2, 1. Spurs.
Wolves.
Doherty.
No, I got it. Yes.
I'm actually
3-0 down, guys. Believe.
Oh, that's gonna be that was a really good first game too. All right. Well done.
Cheers, man.
Howler?
What's your forfeit? You have to run around naked. Pause.
You're right. Why did that come in your head, bro? That is the biggest pause we've ever
I
had.
said pause. I said, strip.
I want to finish this right. This podcast is going to end. Jesus. What is going on?
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, all right, okay. Anyway, who's your freak of the week? Clearly me, if I'm fucking running around. Where did that come from?
Let me just look at the gears that played. That sounds so bad. Hey, yo. Let's stop that.
What's going on there? All right, let's wrap up. Pick of the week.
Ryan Sessegnon.
Fair.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna give my howler to you. I've never seen someone fumble or dumb so quickly. And on that note, we're ending the podcast. See ya.
Lock it off.